Hello, everybody at Speedrunners Arena. Welcome to an exhibition match. We have the Hard Way to Hell for Super Metroid Varia Randomizer. I believe that this was Iron Rusty's idea for a master tournament featuring Master Logic. So, what we have here is a potentially full suitless seed. I apologize for that, everybody. Just some real life situations. But anyways, back to where we are. We're doing a Hard Way to Hell full suitless. So, from what Rusty tells me, this is master suitless, meaning one or two suits are missing. Super fun combat, 65% minors, pretty balanced, and all tanks available. So this should be pretty interesting. This is not the typical logic that you would find in most of our community randomizers. So I think that's pretty neat. And I have no idea what we're in for. But the only thing I can guess is that this will be harder than a traditional randomizer. Kaizentune has his usual different sprites. Yeah, P-Speed. Any Super Mario Brothers 3 fans will know that that's where P-Speed, I believe, was. That has to be the first Mario game with the P meter. Which, of course, as a kid growing up, that was hilarious. I am old enough to have owned an original Super Mario Brothers 3 cartridge on an original Nintendo Entertainment System. Not like I bought original hardware and original equipment, but like I literally bought it when it came out. Like when Super Mario Brothers 3 came out, I bought it that day. Yeah, right? Exactly. You probably remember the Fred Savage movie, The Wizard, which featured Super Mario Brothers 3, and it was like the most lit thing at the time, period. It was like the coolest thing going, and everybody wanted that game when it came out. That's Super Mario Brothers 3. You know, I got to tell you, Super Mario Odyssey completely dethroned Super Mario Brothers 3 in my mind as the greatest Mario game. But before that, so for a long, long time, it was. But we're watching Super Metroid, everybody. So let's get back to it. We have Kaizentune, Iron Rusty, Lomian Jones, and Junie June showing their sick Super Metroid skills with this hard randomizer. Junie doing intended strats, speed running across the early Supers bridge. So it looks like Kaizentune is a bit behind the other runners. I'm guessing that he potentially did some other checks. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Like I said, I had some IRL stuff and it took me a minute to took me a minute to get back here. I am assuming, am I right to assume we have a vanilla map? It looks like we have a vanilla map. So at least it will not be that hard for me to figure that out. But what I see right there is, looks like Lomian and Junie were farming missiles. So I wonder if they're going to be paying particular attention to their ammo count for any specific reason. Huh. Yeah, that Mario sprite's got to be tricky. But so, why do they need so many missiles? Do doors take extra missiles? This is going to be an education for me as much for you folks. But the runners all seem to know something I don't know. Okay, so 65% ammo. So does that mean that everything does 65% damage? Okay. I thought when Rusty had sent that to me that 65% ammo meant that only 65% of the ammo would be available. And maybe that sounds stupid, but that's what I was thinking. Lots of empty slots. Okay. I've definitely played randomizers before that had empty slots. And and it can get kind of irritating to play in a randomizer, go to an item location that you spend a lot of time getting to, and then nothing is there. I've done a couple seeds, like multi-troid seeds with super fun combat and missing item sets. So I can definitely tell you that super fun combat pretty much means you're going to be using a lot of ammunition, and you're probably not going to find any high-powered beams. Okay, they were farming missiles for doors because of no supers. Okay. I mean, that makes a lot more sense. So it was exactly that. Okay. Perfect. So we have Junie and Rusty are both going back up to the surface, and Lomian and Kaizentune will follow as well because, you know, without super missiles, you cannot get out of Pink Brinstar. I think that's pretty cool. I think having speed for a first item is fascinating. A lot of people lament the movement with speed booster and no high jump boots, and it is kind of crazy. Nice short charge there by Junie doing this spark across, so gonna go probably farm some energy, but that's a great way to break open all those blocks without needing bombs or power bombs. And definitely a save here, and Junie's probably gonna go and spark and do like a gauntlet spark. Not having power bombs, there'd be no way else to get those power bombs. So I think that's pretty neat. So I already know that I'm not smart enough to play this randomizer, because I don't know that I would have thought about that. I am capable of doing that short charge, but not as well as Junie did and not as fast. That's pretty great. So we'll see. Lomian's still looking for some supers. Probably going to short charge here and try to do the old Mother Brain. So what we're going to do the old Mother Brain. This is a tricky one. I didn't happen to see what was not at Gauntlet that Junie reset. So if that's a required skill right there, yep, there you go. Lomian, nice job getting blue, but I'm going to have to do it again. Empty. Oh, gosh. That's awful. I feel like this is the kind of rando you play if you want to punish yourself, or if you would like to hate this game. I don't know. Could be cool, though. Kaizentune doing the good old Gauntlet Spark setup from the top. Dude, that sprite. Okay, that's fun. That's pretty cool. Oh my god. Junie with a nice moonfall there. Going down to climb again. I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of these areas again and again already by the first 10 minutes here. So let's see what we got down here. I'm betting somebody's going to be able to do this strat. So you hold that down for 3 seconds, and then you get blue, and Junie nailed it. And there's your first super pack. That's got to be the first logical super pack. I think we've seen everything else the runners can get to. So GG to Junie. Lomian seemed to have figured that out first, and Rusty's going to join. Kaizentoon's likely to be disappointed with this lack of item, possibly very happy with this lack of item, because my experience with Kaizentoon is that troll seeds are his thing. So maybe he's excited about that. I don't know. I come from a different world of speed gaming. I just want to get out of the game. I just want to play it fast and go home. But I can appreciate this from a fan's perspective. This is awesome. We're seeing stellar gameplay, great Super Metroid movement, and probably a lot of obscure tech that you are probably not used to seeing or would not be aware of if you were just a casual fan of Super Metroid. Muted. Am I still muted? I think I just checked some Discord messages that are probably old, because I'm assuming everybody in chat can hear me now. I think somebody said I was muted before. It was just the IRL. Yeah, thank you, Stack. It's late at night, and it's I'm just interested. I just think this is going to be fun. Come on, Rusty, you can do it. This reminds me of the first rando I ever ran, where I didn't know how to infinite bomb jump. So, like, on stream, it was during a race. I just learned how to do an infinite bomb jump, and it probably took me like 15 minutes. Same thing happened with spring ball jump in Lower Norfair at one point. One suit, no suit prediction. I think we should ream. I think that's a great idea. Feels bad, man, for Rusty. Kai is going to be in exactly the same spot. I have faith, though. I think they're both going to get it. It might take a while. Junie is just cruising. I mean, Junie June is a legend. Oh, Lomian, you're too high, dude. That sucks. So you have to get a ground spark, and if you notice that dark spot in the sky, nice ship, by the way, that dark spot in the sky right there, so Lomian wants to be like shoulder high, kind of. If your shoulder's above that line, it's bad. Let's see. So just, yeah, if you ground spark right from there, see how the shoulder's below the line? That's a perfect height for there. Ground sparking will just, ground sparking from there is going to put you in exactly the right position to get a really good shine spark. Kind of while things are, evening out a little bit, let's see what okay, so Junie finds another missile. So we were talking before about the vertical movement versus the horizontal movement or something like that with Speed Booster. So the faster you go, the more like horizontal movement you get if you don't have high jump boots. I don't know, it makes the jump really weird, really wonky. So speed and no high jump boots makes your jump lower than no speed and no boots. I know it's very confusing. I know exactly what I mean, though. Kaizentoon looking like has abandoned the effort and unfortunately is probably going to have to go right back and try it again after whatever he's trying to do here. Is that what it is, Strahd? It's a bug? It's hard to know with this game what's intended and what wasn't intended. Honestly, it's really cool that that bug actually happened because it makes randomizers, like, actually way cooler. I think that without that mechanic, like, we wouldn't know any different. But I think that particular mechanic makes you play the game a little bit differently, and it's I think it's neat. I think it's neat. It can change some of your choices in a randomizer. Come on, Rusty. You can do this. Now, I learned how to short charge like that and get blue like Rusty's doing. I learned that. Rusty, so close. I learned that from, what do you call it? Containment chamber. Wow, Strat, that's funny. So containment chamber, you learn how to charge a spark and get blue because there's it's a required strat for one of the challenges. So what you do is I don't quite remember it because it's been several months, but you do a short charge or just you charge a shine spark, and then I think you have to hold one of the shoulder buttons like angle down, and you hold it and you don't move. And then Samus turns blue, and then as long as you don't let go of the shoulder button and you don't hit a wall, you can stay blue. But as soon as you hit a wall, oh, Rusty, so close. I think I saw Rusty practicing this the other day, or maybe I saw a clip. And Junie resetting at ice after going through that hell run there because there is no item. So Lomian has supers, Junie has supers. I do believe Rusty's going to get supers. I believe Kaizentune is. It's just when? When are we going to get it? It's not even I think the short charge that Kaizentune is doing is actually pretty difficult. Rusty. Dang. But once you break that wall there, the charge, like charging the Shine Spark on the way to Old Mother Brain, is not as difficult as the one, like, say, Kaizentune is doing right now. So, short charging is definitely required strat. Getting blue and staying blue is a required strat. Junie already at Croc, having Speed Booster, you get to go through Frog Speedway. No need to worry yet, I stress yet, no need to worry about Upper Norfair Hell runs. I also know that when you stay blue, if you have Spring Ball, it's way easier to stay blue because all you have to do is basically, be a Spring Ball. But I don't know if it would work in this scenario. Junie doing a really great job there. One missile to spare. Not going to check this item yet because the acid is really brutal when you don't have a suit. Oh man, Kaizentune is he's going back up. Rusty, you can do this. You can do this. I mean, Rusty plays a lot of these. I've seen Rusty, streaming a lot of these, so I'm guessing, this is something he expected, something he's practiced, something that he can do. Well, boy, oh boy, I'll tell you what, it would be really, really rough to be completely gated from the seed because of one strat. So I would imagine that, when Rusty was talking about a potential tournament for this is an exhibition for that very scenario. That there are likely to be a bunch of 2-hour races and do not finishes, DNFs. I can see why. Not saying I would have given up by now, but Does anybody know if Kaizentune saved at all? Maybe at the ship before Gauntlet, that's my guess. So, we know from looking at this that Kaizentune's going to have to go right back to that area, but maybe thought he forgot something. No item at Indiana Jones. So Junie's going to have to go and do a check. If you just, I don't know that I would have Shine Spark there, but that still works. Oh yeah, no power bombs to break the blocks, so that's how Junie would have to get there. That makes sense. Well, you could do a short... Yeah. Rusty got it. GG Rusty. That would be a good name for the tournament. So Lomian fighting Spore Spawn, you know, I certainly hope Lomian's saved. Lomian's experienced enough in the game that would probably know that. Well, so here's the thing. Technically, you are not gated from leaving Spore. Like, we could leave with no bombs and no power bombs and be all right. Well, it's complicated, okay? So if you don't get power bombs or bombs from Spore Spawn, the only way to get out is to shoot open the blue door, charge blue, and then jump through the door, shoot a super through the blocks, and then mock ball while you're still blue through the bomb blocks. And if that sounds really complicated and extremely hard to do, it heckin' is. Yeah, it's a sick strat. If you want to see the strat, go watch Ruya or Susream's max percent GT Classic. Or I'm sorry, not GT Classic, max percent GT code. Because I don't know if it's in their PB, but I know they both can do it, and it is an absolutely sick strat. Absolutely nothing at crack. I gotta wonder, these runners know that this stuff is gonna happen. Oh yeah, it's really tight too, Idle. And not only that, but you have to jump through the door at a specific height so that you can shoot the super missile into the super block and then mock ball straight through the bomb blocks. It's absurd is the way I can describe it. Yes, Strahd, and you know, I'm certain Zost has done it as well. But I would say that it is a ridiculously hard one. All right, so Junie's getting ready to do some nutso stuff. This kind of sucks because with Speed Booster, his jump height is affected, but you just don't hold dash. I imagine we're going to break through here. Wow. Junie with the Galaxy Brain. Unfortunately, it just didn't quite pay off, but, you know, well, here we go. Junie, that's true, Idol, and that's way easier. Unfortunately, Junie didn't get that check, but it was very, very close. That's really cool. I don't know that I would have thought to have done that. Junie's got a June. I feel like that's absolutely perfectly apt. Every time I see that, and I've been in Junie's streams, like, you know, when I can pop by, I like watching Junie stream, but I'd say that's pretty apt. You know, Junie's got a June. Junie got a June. It makes sense. It fits his personality. I like it. I'm a fan. Lomian taking a reset. Rusty fighting Spore Spawn. Kaizentune X-ray climbing. Let's go. I believe somebody just said something about that. Was that at Farron? Yeah, Farron right there. Farron knew. I don't know if it's the highest, but I know it's going to take a while. And did anybody see if Kaizentune turned off Morph? It's a good idea to turn off Morph when you do this, because if you accidentally Morph, it is a soft lock. So I'm guessing that was Spore Spawn's item. Okay, nice. Well, Rusty's going to have to do exactly the same thing then. Junie found a way to not do this at all. So let's see if it pays off for Junie. Yeah, I just found out recently Kaizentune was an X-ray enthusiast. He had said something about it. I didn't know. I didn't really know anything about Kaizentune until. So I did a comms for one of the weeklies that he was in. But then, you know, I was in the same tournament as Kai, and you know, I watched a bunch of the races. So he seems to be a big fan of the absolutely terrible. And I didn't see what happened. I'm sorry. Did we get a soft lock or what happened there? Oh, heck. He reset, yeah. I'm guessing Rusty reset too. Maybe Kaizentune realized that he needs this super, because Spore Spawn would have been the last item, I think, available to check. Okay. Junie and Lomian, meanwhile, are cruising. They're not finding much, but they're cruising. They're going places. Yeah, I do like Kai's tracker. That's pretty boss. It is neat. There's a lot of really cool trackers out there. You expect to find majors? Oh, we have super fun combat on. I don't think we're going to find any majors. Is super fun movement on or just super fun combat? No, it must be just super fun combat is on because we already have speed booster. So we could pick up some cool, there could be some pretty neat majors for movement items, but I definitely don't expect, I definitely am not expecting many or any beam upgrades. Like, obviously we have to defeat Mother Brain, so we either need like crazy combination of super missiles and missiles. I'm already expecting that speed Zebetite skip is going to be required. I'm already expecting that. Just from watching that to see, like, how could it not be? I feel like we're going to get a few more E-tanks. I do. Probably going to get a lot more E-tanks, and I think the availability ammo is going to be very big. So here's the thing. Let's talk about this for a minute. We're hardway to hell, so it's full suitless. So if one suit could be available, both suits, you know, or one suit could be available or no suits could be available. So not seeing like an abundance of ammo, it could be likely that we find Varia and not Gravity. So if we're not going to find the Gravity suit, we're going to need some way to traverse through Suitless Meridian. So it's going to have to be Ice Beam. You know, there's Snail Climbs, there's Crab Climb, which I know Junie can definitely do Crab Climb. I think Rusty can. Not so sure about Lomian or Kai. See if I can continue to think here. Grapple Beam is a possibility for Suitless Meridian. So, you know, what majors we find is potentially going to dictate what we can expect to see. And this is my first time seeing this logic. I don't know anything about it, except for what I'm kind of learning on the fly. I'm absolutely certain Junie's going to pick up this reserve. If we get to a scenario where we're doing a suitless Lower Norfair, we're going to need all the energy we can get. But we're also looking for a lot of missiles, super missiles, and power bombs so that we can have a lot of crystal flashes. Without the Varia found, you will need crystal flashes to survive Lower Norfair hell runs. You can have as many E-tanks as the game will give you, and you cannot do suitless Lower Norfair. So it's largely dependent on a lot of that. BBs? Yeah, exactly. That's another thing, too. Anybody that might be watching that don't know about any of the hard-gated areas, there are areas that are hard-gated by power bombs, so you need power bombs to advance. Just like Kaizentune cannot get out of where he's at because he cannot access these supers. He's locked into needing these supers to be able to get out of Pink Brinstar. He can't even go the other... Well, he can go to Red Tower, but he can't get back out of Red Tower. And you can't get to Moat because it's power bomb locked. You can't get to, well, not that we're gonna, but you can't get to Lower Norfair is power bomb locked in some areas. I'm actually kind of surprised Kai hasn't saved and then just like took like a gamble. Well, actually, can't even do red tower. You can't even take a gamble on red tower because they're green doors and it's not an area rando. So yeah, Kai's kind of screwed if he can't do this. It's unfortunate. Yeah. You know what the funny thing is? You know it's not power bomb locked. No. Wreck ship is not power bomb locked. Oh yeah, it is. Dang, heck. Thought I found a loophole, and then I remembered you just said moat was power bomb locked, Kev. Dummy. That is true. Braid is not power bomb locked, but we need bombs. Ooh, speaking of. Rusty going to fight Croc. So I imagine that we'll get the same checks from Rusty. We'll check the cosine room. We'll check the Croc item. Junie's in a very dangerous room. More power bombs. So, ooh, this is not good. Really don't want to fall in the acid here, but Junie didn't really have a choice. Accidentally hit that item. Knows he doesn't have enough to survive. We'll have to go back for one of those power bomb packs. Might not go back for the other one right now. And have we seen Wave? I feel like we have. We have seen Wave. I think Wave was more missiles. That's what we have a tracker for. Keep me honest over here. Nice. Oh, that's right. I even remarked on the reserve tank. See, that's the funny thing. Imagine Junie feeling behind at the moment, like with the knowledge that we have. Although geographically, Lomin and Rusty are not that far apart from each other. And, Junie is geographically not far away, but items-wise, he's a mile away right now. So, but it'll be interesting to see. Right now, it feels like the runners are being forced into a specific route. Now, that damage boost that Junie did to get into the Bubble Mountain Reserve is really hard. It's non-trivial, for sure. It's something very hard to do. There is a wall jump you can do that's pixel perfect. Junie did that D-boost off the waiver, and that's pretty hot. So that is required. So it's neat to see a trick like that required. Junie going through the door because with speed on and no high jump boots, you have to do it that way. And Junie's going to go back for the PVs because he has to. So that D-boost is much harder than it looks. You don't need to be very close to the door to get it. Like Junie did that from pretty far away. Yeah, exactly, Reem. Just like the worst room in the game, wall jump. Where if you're not, Zeb 316, good luck pulling that off. Oof, Junie. Having a hard time getting into morph. Does have enough energy to get out of here. To get in and get out. But is going to have to be very careful. This is a very tricky room to do. Your wall jumps have to be good. You have to avoid those Alcoon or Dragon spitballs. And then if I was Junie, I mean, Junie might get this missile. I would advise against it. It just makes more sense to just stay alive. Yeah, Indiana Jones did not have anything, or it either had nothing or it was missiles. Again, I think that, what do y'all feel? Right now, this is not, I just don't feel, and again, not having ever seen one of these run, Indiana Jones is nothing. I don't feel that, we've seen enough good items at this point to be able to guess at what type of suit or suitless this could be. Very creative and good wall jump to Spark over there from Rusty. That was impressive. You can tell these runners have put a lot of hours into this game. Isotune, unfortunately, still struggling with the short charge. I wonder if it's the sprite that's giving Kai all this trouble, or if this is just a particular trick that Kai does not excel at. I don't do it by animation either. I tried to look at visual cues for short charging, and my eyes just don't track the game well enough. So I just kind of I do it by feel, and I do taps, or well, I do stutter taps. Come on, Lomian. Let's see if Lomian can do this crazy move that Junie was trying to do. Ooh. By the time he gets it, he's not going to have enough energy for it to be worth it. Unfortunate. I mean, you gotta give Lomian credit for going big. And unfortunately, he's going home. And we find from Junie that that location is just a missile. This seat is a jerk. Wow. Oh, man. Sounds cool, Strong. Feels bad for Kai. Wonder if Lomian's ducking out, deciding it's not worth it. I think it was smart to go back and farm, though. Well, actually, maybe not. I mean, this is... Could have just made it back to the Nutella refill there. Probably would have been faster. Junie is going to Kraid. We got our explosives, 2 packs of power bombs. Junie's crushing it. I don't know enough about this logic, though. Like, you know... I'm going to guess Junie will save quite a bit some places. I mean, probably not for Kraid. Doesn't want to see what that item is up there. I wonder why. Maybe going to check it on the way out? I guess there's no harm in checking it on the way out. I'd kind of want to know what it is. But we got enough ammo to kill Kraid. Nice normalized setup from Junie. 2 missiles and 3 supers will be the patented Kraid quick kill. Oh, shnikes. Talk to the hand, Junie. Kraid's not having any of your stuff today. Heckin' Kraid. I mean, cleans it up very quick. That's just like, you know, Kraid's like, come on, guys. Give me a chance. Sorry, dude. You had your chance. You stood up. All right, I didn't happen to see what was at the Kraid location. I'm guessing it was a missile. Judging by Junie's HUD, maybe it was a super pack. Was it a missile? Okay. So where did so Junie must have got that 3rd super pack from the Kraid missile location. Oh, Rusty. Oh no. Wow. That was an absolute save. Bailed. Rusty got bailed out by those Zeb drops. Are they Zebs or Zebos? So I'm trying to think to myself where Junie got these E-tanks that Rusty and Lomian don't have yet. Must be from somewhere. Because if this is, if we got more suitless stuff coming up later, like those E-tanks I feel are going to be very important. Little tricky red tower from Junie, but Junie gets it. Lomian's committed to this spark. Unfortunately, Lomian's not going to Bubble Mountain. If he did, pretty much that's the stuff they need. Did Junie go Cathedral? Okay, that's pretty nuts. Actually, no, he probably did Cathedral on the way out, right? The way out of Bubble Mountain? That makes sense. That's fair. So, I might have to pop out a couple times. My kids are having kind of a rough night, I guess. I don't know. When their mother goes out and has a good time, you know, goes out and has fun, they decide that they can't live without her. I gotta explain things to them, like it's okay for mommy to have fun without us. Like she needs that. If I want Lomian to get this item, but he's gonna be like PO'd when he sees it. Yeah, they sense it for sure. They sense it for sure. I can sit in the same room with them for 3 hours. They don't say a word. Their mother comes downstairs. They ask her for 23 things. And then I get yelled at because I was right there. Why didn't I know? Sorry, Kai. I think it was an admirable effort. I mean, I'm going to say that Kai lasted a heck of a lot longer than I would have. I probably would have forfeited probably 20 minutes ago. Absolutely. I've no shame there. You know? I mean, if you want to see Kai play, Kai's a really good Super Metroid player. Did a fantastic job in the Super Metroid Randomizer tournament. So, you know, give him a round of applause. GG, Kai. Thanks for the effort. I'm certain Kai knows about the practice ROM. You know, probably has it, or maybe he doesn't have it. But they have a magic pants setting that teaches you how to short charge. So that could be something that would potentially help if Kai wants to go forward with the tournament. Oh yeah, it's a bummer, Kai. I mean, short charging is really hard. Honestly, I don't think I could have pulled it off myself. I have a lot of strengths in this game. Short charging is not particularly one of them. Yeah. So GG, Kai, though. We know you're a good player. Meanwhile, Junie going to wreck ship, substantially low on energy. That's non-trivial for a suitless Phantoon fight. So Junie's going to have to pay attention to his energy. I mean, Junie's really good at this game. Hitting that fish is probably not a one-hit KO, but close. I don't know. Actually, that might be a one-hit KO. Oh yeah, Junie can do no tank, no suit Phantoon. That doesn't mean this isn't dangerous though. You know what the funny thing is? I can do this Phantoon fight as well. Yet today, or was it yesterday? I almost died on Phantoon with like Vardia suit and 3 tanks. I was like, really? Come on. I think Junie is pretty comfortable with just about any catastrophic situation in Super Metroid. I buy that, Kaizentoon. I can buy that. I haven't used any alternate sprites, but since I do things more by feel than using visual cues, I don't think the sprite would make a difference for me personally either. That is a great way of putting it, Edgar. This is one of the most consistently dangerous games ever. Like, it is very rare you watch a rando Super Metroid where where you don't see a runner die. Like, especially if it's a four-way, like almost always somebody's guaranteed to die. You watch an any percent race, somebody's gonna die. You watch an RBO race, everybody's gonna die. You watch a low ice race, everybody's gonna die. Maybe the video game character that dies, almost as much as who would have the second most video game deaths after Mario? Nobody beats Mario. It's just like they say that first Goomba in Super Mario Brothers has the highest kill count of any video game enemy. I know that was wild. Anyways, Junie is crushing this Phantoon fight. Not quite getting a lot of shots in, but not taking a lot of damage either. But then again, I don't know. It could just be Junie's screen. Oh, Lomian takes a death. Must have been on a hell run. Yeah, exactly, Straw. For sure. I would have to imagine the Goomba would be winning on both. I want to say Super Mario Bros. Came out, 1985, I think? Somewhere down there in the arcade. I love it. Junie showing Phantoon who's boss. Lomian, another shot at this hell run. This hell run is especially tricky because of Speed Booster. Honestly, if I were Lomian, I would just take off Speed Booster for this hell run so my jump height wasn't screwed. We do have an E-Tank there, though. How did Rusty die? Yeah, exactly. I think it's just unfortunate that Junie had one more tank than them. Oh yeah, troll levels in Mario Maker. I like to listen to my kids get pissed off about it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that on stream. Get upset about their Super Mario Maker. It's a troll seed, Dad, or it's a troll level, Dad. I did nothing but read books and play guitar like their entire life until 2 years ago when I discovered this game like as a hobby, and they never picked up the reading, they never picked up the guitar playing, but they certainly picked up my gaming. I got gamer kids. They're good kids. With Speed Booster there, Junie doesn't have to resort to sponge bath strats, but we are in the spiky room of death. Junie absolutely fearless, doing those deboosting. I have to imagine in a seed like this, playing this kind of randomizers, you really have to pay attention to the damage counts. You have to know how much damage each projectile inflicts, how much damage enemies inflict upon you. Yeah, we gotta get there first. If this is an E-Tank, yeah, save scumming would definitely be the way to go. Nice quick kill there by Rusty. Where did Rusty die? Did Rusty die in the hell run and just didn't have a save or something? Because he's at crate again, or maybe he didn't do crate. Oh, there it is, the gravity suit. So not only will we unfortunately not have a suitless Meridia, I'm very sad about that, but we will not have a Varia suit in this seed. It was either going to be suitless or one suit. You will not find both suits no matter where you go. Where it says full there it's a full randomizer. We have vanilla area and vanilla bosses. Junie's going to have to be a little careful with this energy, but Gravity Suit reduces damage so much in this part of the game. Junie's noping out of the Resurrect ship, though. Probably going to go straight to Meridia. Why would you nope out a wrecked ship, though? Wouldn't you want to find more E-tanks and more power bombs? No, Zero. This is hardway to hell, so you are guaranteed to get either one suit or no suits. Yeah, I would totally be clearing wreck ship right now. For the PBs, yes, probably more for the PBs than the E-tanks. However, unless, you know, our runners are going to G-mode in the lower Norfair, backdoor, I don't know if it's G-mode, R-mode, I don't know what those modes are called. I just know it's possible to use a reserve tank and something about 4 energy and then do some X-ray shenanigans to, you know, backdoor lower Norfair. But unless we're going to see that, our runners are going to need a, like, ton more, like a bunch more E-tanks. You want to have at least... I mean, if you're Zost, you can, in Zenny, you can take 6 E-tanks into lower Norfair. If you're, you know, not that good, but you're like kind of like me, like a mid-tier RBO runner, and you're going to be taking like 7 tanks and maybe 8 tanks into lower Norfair. And, you know, you can kind of just check it out from there because the lava dive does a ton of damage. So, okay, so what are the implications with Gravity Suit? In order to do suitless lower Norfair, our runners are going to want to find lots of E-tanks, lots of power bombs, a good deal of super missiles, a good deal of missiles, because missiles are really hard to farm. They're going to want grapple beam to make the pre-Ridley farm room, you know, much faster. But not only that, screw attack, you know, I mean, there's just... It's a lot of equipment you need. And, yeah, I don't know why you'd skip wreck ship. Doesn't make sense to me. Like, yeah, you got Varia's suit, but... I mean, it's Junie. I trust Junie. I'm not trying to be critical. Ooh, ceiling file plume. You know what the best thing about those? They eat Samus twice. Oh, so there is no screw or plasma? Are those part of the settings, too? Yes, Neela. The play-in game for the multi-category tournament is going to be, I believe it was Sunday at 6 p.m. And even though I qualified to do the play-in race, it's happening on the only weekend I cannot do anything. Yeah, 6 p.m. There you go. I'm going to get an X-ray check from Junie. I don't worry about Junie and X-ray. Yes, Drought, that means that I am out. That means that even though I qualified to the play-in race, I cannot participate, and therefore I am out of the tournament. So, no chance at playoffs for me, and it's not my fault. I'm not, like, mad. The tournament organizers were upfront about it before... you know, before the tournament even started, that the play-in race could not be done async. I did not expect to play well enough to do that. Like, I didn't think I was that good. So, you know, I'm bummed about it, but, like, I'm fine with the rule. The rule's fine with me. Like, that's totally cool. All right, back to the match. Back to the match. Let's see if we can see what's here. Where Rusty's checking, I've never successfully got that, Thank you, Edgar. I never successfully got that jump check of the item there. Like, I can never see it without space jump. Right. So what I'm kind of I would with Rusty's energy situation, I think I could see. Could you check Maze Supers with Shine Spark? Maybe, Reem. Maybe you can. Main Street, nothing. Ooh, we have an E-Tank. Okay, so I have a strong feeling that our pal Junie here is going to find probably a lot of E-Tanks or Supers. Yeah, I know you can check them with wall jumps. I've just never been able to position myself. Nice D-boost from Lomi in there. Just never been able to position myself in kind of the right spot for it. So Lomian's going to get more PBs. And, you know, pretty much kind of how everything's gated, Lomian is going to find his way to Wreck Ship, which is where Rusty is right now. And that is an E-Tank outside of Wreck Ship. Well, that's great. Yeah, I had a feeling that we would definitely find that. Oh, gosh. Lomian, unfortunately, having the same problem there that Junie did earlier, and probably not going to be able to make it out with this PB pack. Even unless he has 2 reserve tanks, I don't see this happening. More missiles at Mama Turtle. Now, anybody that's ever done a suitless lower Norfair, yeah, Lomian, this is going to be tight. I don't know if you can do this. See, the thing is this enemy right here, you're going to take a hit. Like, come on, Lomian. All right, y'all, give it up for Lomian. That was incredible. Seriously, that was absolutely outstanding. Really nice stutter Doppler there from Iron Rusty. Rusty has really upped his Super Metroid gameplay over the last 6 months to a year. I mean, you have to be really good to play any of these seeds. Huh. Nothing for Junie. Rusty's gonna have to be a little careful here. I feel pretty good. I feel like Rusty had a lot more, you know, energy initially coming into the fight than Junie did. So, but 2 bosses down for Junie, and now 2 bosses down for Iron Rusty. Now, if you're not getting Screw Attack in this seed, and you're not getting Plasma, which, you know, in RBO you don't use Plasma anyways, but if you're not getting Screw Attack, you must have to be getting Grapple, right? Because how else would you be able to farm fast enough to do lower Norfair unless you're going to, like, go in with, like, 14 E-Tanks? Just curious. Okay. I mean, I would imagine that it would have to. I know you can. The whole thing is like the pre-Ridley farm room. It takes a lot of time, and there's only like so much you can do about it. So if I was doing these hardway to hell settings, I would pick up I would pick up everything I found. When I do RBO, and I'm a really good RBO runner. I have a 124.02, which I'm pretty sure I could probably do better. But like, I'm a really good RBO runner, and you got to be nuts to, you know. So I always like to have a lot of missiles. There's nothing that reliably drops missiles in lower Norfair. And here's the other thing: if you are if you're doing, how do I put this? If you're doing lower Norfair without a good beam, you want to use a lot of missiles for damage on some enemies, maybe? I just got used to a lot of really strange and different logic from the tournament that I was just in. So, I'm trying to kind of figure out how one of these seeds is supposed to play out. So, pardon me if I'm like in and out of some thoughts here. Obviously, starting out, I would pick up everything I found, just in case it happened to be useful. And keep in mind, our runners still don't have high jump boots. So doing lower Norfair without high jump boots, they have to lava dive. Oh, no, they can gravity jump because gravity suit's available. So, you know what? We might not get high jump boots at all. And then Junie's going to have to do a high jump bootless gravity jump, which really is not that hard. Oh, Reem, just run hundo, dude. I have the same problem. That's why that was the category I spent the most time on. I have a decent hundo time, too. It's got a 1:24.28. I should be better, but I haven't run it in half a year or so. Yeah, I would imagine boots could definitely be in logic after lower Norfair. Like, I could see this seed expecting you to do a bootless gravity jump, which honestly, it's not that hard. It's just you have to watch your energy because in a rando with gravity not protecting against heat damage, when you take the gravity suit off, wouldn't the power suit? Maybe it would be the same amount of damage. Carpal tunnel sucks, dude. I have arthritis. I stay pretty active, so like I can still play. But my arthritis is more in my wrists, it's not so much my fingers. More power bombs. Junie's going to be happy to find those power bombs. So in a traditional RBO run, like a scripted RBO run where I have all the items that you would get to have the fastest RBO time that you can have, this seed does not seem like it goes for fast. I want 25 power bombs. I can do it in 20, but why would I want to? Honestly, 25, getting that fanfare and going out of my way for that other powerbomb pack just makes everything that much easier. So I would imagine the rest of this seed is going to play out like RBO, but like harder. So anybody that doesn't know what RBO is, it is reverse boss order or reverse G4, Golden 4. It's where you fight Ridley, and then you go Dragon, and then Fantoon, and then Trade. But the whole thing with fighting Ridley is you need a certain arsenal and a certain amount of movement and upgrade items in order to get through the suitless lower Norfair. You also have to use a tech called a Crystal Flash. So we're going to see that. We're going to see a Crystal Flash. We're going to see a full suitless lower Norfair. And we're hoping that the runners, I still think this was bad, Junie not checking wreck ship. We're going to see how bad it is. More power bombs. I mean, Junie's got enough, probably, but we don't know how many E-tanks there are. How many times did Junie have to Crystal Flash? I think in this I would want way more power bombs than a traditional suitless seed. Look, there's more power bombs for Rusty. I think Rusty's going to go to lower Norfair with 35 to 40 power bombs, maybe more. So that could be up to 4 crystal. If you had 41 power bombs, so you need 45, that's 4 crystal flashes. And there's another E-tank that Junie did not get. Now, granted, Rusty did not get a tank that Junie had gotten earlier. I think you're right, Kai. Yeah, I would not bet on Vanilla Tank and Ridley if it's called Hardway to Hell. And you know what? In a rando, doing a full suitless Norfair in a randomizer is actually terrifying. I like this from Rusty. It's maybe he's memeing. Gotta use Spring Ball. I'm certain it would have been faster to just run and jump, but it certainly wouldn't have been as fun. I feel like Rusty plays this game because he truly and genuinely loves this game and enjoys it. I play this game because I want to beat it fast. I mean, I love this game, seriously. Yeah, Kai, you would have to take hits from and it's crazy. Some of us do, Zero. I enjoy this game, but not professionally. No. Another E-Tank. I think you enjoy the game, Zero. This sucks. So I've had to do this. I actually would take a hit by the pirate and then run through it, is what I've done. But that was a really nice way to kill there. I had to do this in a seed that I had not too long ago. So what's Rusty? So we have to. So Junie has to kill these pirates using Shine Spark echoes, which is totally a trick that's in Logic. It's really actually hard. So he's got to do a diagonal Shine Spark to get this very top one, I think. Oh, no, the one that he just killed. So he can climb up here and use the echo right there, and boom. And that was actually swiftly done by Junie, extremely well done. And it's tricky. It's tricky. So I forget who was coaching me through it on stream. I ended up having to do it for Logic. And there is the grapple beam, which is exactly what we want to see. And Junie, heckin' Junie, I'm sorry, dude. Ah, man. Feels bad, man. But I gotta give... This might sound stupid, but I think I give Rusty the lead right now. I don't know. That might be unfair. So it depends on a couple things. It depends on how fast Junie realizes he needs to go back to wreck ship, and how fast Rusty can clear Meridia and kill the boss. So I actually think Junie is still ahead, but I think Rusty has more than halved the gap just by that grapple beam pickup. Because we don't know how long it's going to take Junie to find it. Junie needs grapple for farming in Lower Norfair. I mean, he probably will. I guess, okay, so, all right, I guess it can be done, but do you know how slow it is to farm? So I would want, I know he doesn't need it, yeah, but he also doesn't have screw attack. And I do low ice, so I know like slow farming, I know fast, like quote unquote fast slow farming strats. But Junie's gonna need like, I think, more E-tanks than this to go in grappleless. Like, he missed out on 2 E-tanks. Just not doing wreck ship. And it's okay. I'm fine with being corrected by chat. When I commentate Super Metroid and when I watch it from a perspective of what I can and can't do, which might not always be fair. So sometimes, if I think something is, I'm like, no, that's like, I wouldn't even do that. It doesn't mean that I don't think it's possible. It's that, heck this. But yeah, if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Junie. I feel bad for Lomian. I'm sorry, Lomian. We haven't even really been paying attention to Lomian so far. Lomian's doing very well. This is a very hard seed. Has already done some very tricky strats to get some tricks. Some of the biggest discrepancies between like where Lomian is and versus like, Junie is like Lomian did Spore Spawn. It had more resets. I even think Rusty died a couple times. Lomian died a couple times. Been a brutal seed. I think Junie's going to go to some of the areas that he didn't go to earlier for a lack of power bombs, and I think this is a smart play. If he can find some good stuff here, this would be faster than going to wreck ship. We know Junie's not going to find grapple, but from his perspective, he's going to want more tanks, and I'm certain, again, I could be wrong. I mean, certain is certain just because, again, I'm thinking it from my perspective. I'm certain Junie's got to be looking for grapple beam. Either more tanks or grapple beam or both. I would say probably would want, what? At least one more E-tank to feel comfortable starting lower Norfair Hell runs. Now here's the other thing. GT, okay? The GT fight without grapple is insanely hard. And again, that's another thing that like could be done, but why would you want to? I don't even like doing the GT fight, you know, in RBO. Oh, that sucks when you don't lay the power. Okay, so Farfalu, the way the logic is for this hard way to hell is that you are only guaranteed to find one suit or no suit. Why would you do GT? I don't know, Reem. I'm on RBO brain. Probably to go get the energy refill. Well, he'll have Crystal Flashed. I don't know, because in RBO you go there to get a super, and maybe I'm just thinking that Junie might want to see if there's E-tanks there or possibly grapple beam. Thank you, Kai, for letting Farf know. But yeah, it's and so we have found the gravity suit, so we know that Varia's suit is not in the seed. We also have 65% of ammunition, so a lot of ammo is missing. Well, see, that's kind of what I was thinking, Kai. I know, Farf, I don't think I would do this without screw attack. Like, maybe if I had plasma, but because that's not there either. Yeah, Stack, I had to make a conscious effort to say hardway to hell. Backdoor? Like what? Backdoor lower Norfair? How could you can't do that without X-ray and weird tech, right? We're gonna see what's out waterway. Oh, GT. Well, yeah, I would expect. So he would have to backdoor GT. You cannot do. You need space jump to do GT the required way. Yeah, exactly. But for the refill, I think it's fair. I don't know, because you get a super refill, but so you're gonna Crystal Flash, you know, when you get down from the elevator. So it would be better to take the refill from GT probably than so you can just so you can refill your supers from the rippers. We know all about that, Farfalu. Heck yeah, dude. Yeah. A friend of mine went on a rant today about that we're all morons for not using Moonwalk. They do have Spring Ball, yes. So you could do the Spring Ball jump out of there. But do you really want to do a Spring Ball? Yeah, he could do speed if he does the GT fight. But then you want to talk about the Spring Ball jump for a minute there? I mean, would you even want to do the Spring Ball jump while you just being dead? While you were losing energy? The actual purpose of Moonwalk, and I remember this because I was 13 years old in 1994 and I had Nintendo Power, is Moonwalk was basically what all the gaming guides had said was, it was, and I'm probably making this up, but Moonwalk existed because it was tech that they could show off. It was just another thing the Super Nintendo engine could do. I think Samus might be the first character to walk backwards in a video game. And again, I'm probably making this up. But it sounds like something I remember reading when I was a kid, or something I remember hearing about. You want to talk about Super Metroid lore, I am not necessarily your guy. You want to talk about Super Metroid gameplay, and I'm a little bit more up to snuff. We got a Mission Impossible check here coming from Junie. I'm going to keep harping on that grapple beam because, boy, does that really, God, absolutely suck that Junie didn't finish Wreck Ship. You know what the funny thing is, Reem? I don't even think you did walk backwards in the Michael Jackson game. But maybe you actually did moonwalk. It's very possible. And by the way, that game is called Moonwalker, and you have no idea, unless you're Reem's age and my age, just how dope that game was when it came out. You actually, guys, you can't even possibly understand what a superstar really means, like the real word superstar, if you didn't see Michael Jackson in the 80s and 90s. That redefined the way that musicians and dancers were looked at completely. I mean, this race is going to be 3 hours long. We have to find some things to talk about. You know, I feel like this is that whole mid part of... Oh, that game totally exists, Reem. It totally exists. Matter of fact, I think somebody did a run of Moonwalker at GDQ in the last 3 or 4 years. So, fun fact: my Aunt Margaret babysat me as a kid, like in the summer times when my parents went to work, and she absolutely loved Michael Jackson. So I grew up on Michael Jackson, and pretty much Michael Jackson, Prince, Boy George and Culture Club, George Michael. You know. That's probably why I'm a metalhead. But I mean, I still dig all that stuff too, you know? Madonna, Paula Abdul, the 80s were lit. Yeah, I know what you mean, Farfaloo. Too many tournaments, dude. Too much going on. This is why I only play one game. This does sound like a fun challenge, but I did hear that in some of these settings, Moonwalk could possibly be required for like Moondance or something like that, and... that's just, I'm not ready for those kind of shenanigans. Lomian, unfortunately, getting a goop spark there. Gonna make up for it. Gonna get this item check. Crossing off dope and lit off your bingo card. So I work with kids. So, you know, I use lit. I use yeet. Probably something else I use. Tina Turner boy bands. You know what, Kai? It's exactly what I would do. But the thing is I don't want to go through the upset and torture of 40 minutes not knowing it was a Moonwalk required seed and then nope out. You know, I mean, I would too if I was Junie. I really don't think he can survive Lower Norfair with this. Like, I think he would have a hard enough time surviving Lower Norfair with this loadout and grapple. But like this loadout and no grapple, I don't see it happening. I mean, we got a bunch of crystal flashes we can do if we're full. I think you need grapple. Like, and again, yes, I know you don't need grapple, but you need grapple. I'd say if you didn't need grapple, okay, I think you need screw attack. I don't know, Kai. I'm not very smart. Like I got 5 and 2 in the rando tourney because of dumb luck and the fact that I have actual really good Super Metroid movement. I definitely don't trust my brain to understand the logic of a randomizer. But, you know, oftentimes in Super Metroid, I underestimate myself. Junie has at least 2 reserves, I think. I want to say Rusty might have 3. Lomian might have 3. Because I want to say there might have been one in the top of Wreck Ship, or maybe I really feel like we've seen at least 3 different reserves. Oh, was it there at Climb Super was another reserve? Oh, Vanilla Super at Climb Super. I mean, that's good for Junie. Honestly, the more Crystal Flash ammo you have, the better. Yeah, maybe at this point, Farfaloo, you're right. So I think, so what's Junie really looking for then? Junie must really be looking for more, he's got to be looking for more E then, more energy tanks. And Rusty has another reserve tank, so that's going to be either Rusty, let's see. Okay, Rusty has 3 reserve tanks. So Junie has at least 2, probably 3. So he does have more tanks than I'm thinking. So, yeah, and you know what? After he Crystal Flashes, he might still have 30 or more supers for Ridley. Yes. But is it worth the risk? Because once you get down there, you're not coming back out. I know it's a race. But see, in my mind, I'm like, it's an exhibition. Somebody survive, please. I think Junie is still ahead because of the amount of ammo and E-tanks. And he's going to find grapple right now. But I really think, because he's going to do it, I really think Rusty, even though he's behind, I think Rusty closed the gap, like, of all the mistakes that Rusty made. Or I'm sorry, not mistakes. I wouldn't call them mistakes. The deaths that Rusty had, I think he more than made up 50 to 75% of that time just by having found grapple and not leaving wreck ship early like Junie did. That's a good point, Farfaloo. That's probably that's a good place to farm up supers. You're right. See, I need to hang out with you more. We need to do some multis together. Somebody's got to teach me this game, man. I need like a, like a Zeb. Zeb hooked up Nevdi, right? I need my own Zeb. Although I do give Farfaloo credit for helping me achieve success with RBO. So Farfaloo, good RBO mentor. Why can't we have cams? Why can't we have cameras? Wouldn't that be better than trackers? Because I want to see the I want to see the look on Junie's face. I want to see the look on Junie's face when he gets grapple. I don't know why I'm typing that in there. I'm just talking to everybody anyways. Yeah, I can't make that one, Farfaloo, because I'm busy this weekend. Also, Farfaloo, I laid the bad news on everybody earlier that I have to leave the Super Metroid the rando tournament because I can't make the play-in race. So I have to leave the tournament. Yeah, Stack, exactly. I love watching Junie play. Junie's definitely one of my favorite streamers to watch. Just so laid back, so chill, a lot of fun. I know, Farf, I'm bummed out about it, but like I was telling everyone before, I'm not. I knew that if I made I knew the play-in race was not async, like you had to make it. It's just my schedule worked out. It's the only week I cannot do it. I can't. I have no time Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Nothing. I looked at the sheet for my availability. I have nothing. Somebody somebody please watch Junie's stream. Does he have his cam up? Somebody's got to clip Junie's face when he finds Grapple Beam. I may have to leave temporarily or permanently. We'll see. Just giving everybody a heads up right away. There was only a 50% chance that I could make this for comms. And right now it's looking like maybe a 50% chance that I can finish comms. So we'll see. I know, it is what it is. And Junie finds Grapple Beam. Oh, seriously? That's kind of disappointing. Well, I had a feeling he wouldn't be shocked. You know, then again, maybe that's me projecting again, because I would have had a facepalm moment. I would have been like, damn it. Slightly upbeat O. I would give to have half of what Junie has when he plays. Some of us react more than others, for sure. Yeah, straw. G-mode backdoor to lower Norfair would be absolutely bonkers. You know what? That is true. We did not see Shaq Tool. Because Junie was the first to Meridia and the first to full clear Meridia, but did not have Grapple Beam. And like I had said, this is super fun combat. I did not expect any beam upgrades. I'm not sure if beam upgrades can exist in super fun combat. You know, maybe you can get Spazer, maybe you can get Charge Beam. But yeah, I'm certainly, you know, and Kai has already told us you will not find Plasma. I just know that super fun combat is like, you know, you don't have a lot of beam damage. Like you're gonna be shooting stuff, you know, using missiles, using supers. Ice, Spazer, and Charge. Okay. I mean, we do have enough ammo to beat the game, but that would also be a required, you know, speed Zeb skip. I actually said earlier in the stream that I would not be surprised if speed Zeb skip was required by this seed. So, and these are new settings. These aren't standard settings that you know, that are traditionally seen. So we're all kind of learning together. I think this is a fantastic exhibition. I feel happy to be a part of it. And at this point, I'm not sure how long I can stay, but I'm glad to have been here with you for a little while. All right, so I don't know exactly how this works. I've seen it done. It's a pretty cool strat. Why do I feel like 4 energy is an important number? I know it's very calculated. Oh, and Kai had already mentioned that too about the 4. Like, so he's going to take damage right there. And now everything's... Yeah, Stack, that could conceivably be what happens. You know, and I don't know if I'm wrong or not. I figured that some comms would be better than no comms if it came to it. And I haven't got a chance to play any Super Metroid this week. I'm probably not going to get any chance to play for the rest of the week, so I wanted to at least have a chance to do something fun, and this opportunity came up. And, you know, Rusty seemed pretty keen on this idea. And even though I'm not personally interested in playing it, I think it's a really cool idea. I think it's going to be neat. All right, let's see what Junie's doing here. Second try, so... Wow. So, Kai, if you know what's going on, like, again, like I said, I've seen this. I've heard it explained once. I've seen Sisreem do it. I've seen Beef Robber do it. Because well, he just crystal flashed there, I guess. That's nuts. See, no shot I'm in this tournament. No shot. Like, yep. Very normal things happening here. It's kind of hard. So, yeah, better to take that acid damage than get hit by that key hunter. I'm going to say this on stream because I think enough people don't know about this, but I think Junie is one of the very best Super Metroid players in the world. Like, you know, Junie's not going to get like a time like Zost, you know, in a category. But Junie can do like everything in this game. Knows all the tech. Super smart. Yes, Junie has beat Zost and Arando before. Yeah, I did notice that. What up, Crane? So, Junie, there you go, buddy. I think you are one of the best in the world at this game. It is absolutely exciting to watch you play. So, we've been focusing on Junie quite a bit. I do feel a little bit bad for the other runners here. So far behind, but, you know, Lomian's not doing anything we haven't seen yet. Rusty is being an absolute champ and going down into Lower Norfair. So going through the front, going to take out these pirates and hopefully have time to CF. Well, no, I don't know if you want to CF here. I would probably, yeah, you're going to want to CF here, I think. That's true, Farflu. With where we've seen Junie pick up those E-Tanks, Rusty has some E-Tanks incoming. Lomian's ship is super cool. So you got to bait the key hunter. Bait the key hunter. So these I call the Three Stooges because I've heard them called the Three Stooges. And they are way easier to take, like on the way down, like Junie did, than on the way back out. Unfortunately, Rusty took a death. So we're going to see Rusty lava dive again. Wait a minute. Rusty, you didn't take the save at the top of the elevator? Oh no. That's pretty brutal. I did miss it, Reem. Thank you. I was trying to pay attention to the other runners for a second. And that is going to make... Oh, and Ice Beam. Which, you know, is exactly what Kai predicted for us. Which Kai seems to have a little bit better handle on the esoteric Super Metroid, stuff, rando categories. Yeah, Junie's got to be careful though. Honestly, this energy right here, this is way more energy than you would have at an RBO. We have like 2 tanks here at this point. 2 tanks in the pink. Junie's got a bunch, so this actually for Junie is going to have to wait. I don't know. Is it even worth waiting, Farfalu? I think. Wouldn't you just farm energy and then just go in? I think that's what I would do. I don't even think I would Crystal Flash, right? I don't know. I would probably run through the acid there. Yeah, you want to do that afterwards, yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. Farm all the... Okay. So, Rusty and Lomian are behind Junie. Not necessarily because of anything, but it took them longer than Junie to get the Old Mother Brain required first supers without bombs or power bombs. I think they're getting much further through the seed than I would have made it, for sure. Let's say I would have even gotten that super pack. I still don't know if I would have gotten this far through this. But it takes some practice. I'm a good suitless runner. I'm not a great suitless runner. I'm actually probably better at suitless Meridia than suitless Lower Norfair. Oh, Junie getting trolled with some Garbo Ridley patterns. Ridley, what? Oh. I mean, Junie should, with a reserve, be able to survive this fight, but if he doesn't get good drops and no E-Tank, he's going to need at least 10 super missiles when this fight is over. Trying to save it. I hope he didn't miss too many. He's going to need 10 missiles. Oh, well, he'll get a drop. Ridley's dead. GG. That fireball again for Rusty. Yeah. Charge beam. I mean, it's a low ice Mother Brain fight. Depending on how many well, we'll have a lot of supers, so it's going to be an easy fight. So really, Junie can make it quite far. Well, he doesn't have screw attack. So we might possibly see a Crystal Flash in Wasteland, maybe even before Wasteland. Just depends on how this next room treats him. I would probably farm the Metal Pirates a couple times. Ice was at PB's a shame. Ice of shame, nice. So, and Junie's taking hits on those bugs specifically because those blue holts do way more damage. Yeah, I had a feeling we would be getting a Crystal Flash before. But now Junie's going to have to farm. Well, with no screw attack. With screw attack, this would be pretty easy. Like, really easy to get out of there. Without, he gets through... this sucks. Junie, where are you going to farm? 2 missiles is a huge problem. I don't know if he can do it. He didn't leave an E-Tank anywhere. Yeah, he has to get out with this. I mean, if he doesn't take... this is bad. Yeah, I probably... He can use some power bombs to make farming go a little bit quicker. Maybe get some large health drops from the Namahays, but it's more likely going to be supers. Gonna have to do a really good job. If he doesn't get hit by any key hunters, this is doable. That was a really good dodge right there. Yeah, and you can farm fire fleas as long as you want. I've actually seen Crocomeyer do that in an RBO race before. Took forever. And he has a lot in his reserves, so this is not as dangerous as I thought, but these key hunters, it's still... Junie still has to move well here, though. Still has to be careful. I think he can do it. Just gonna run through him. Just gonna tank hits. Oh. Nope. Ooh, this is gonna be tight. It's doable. It's gonna be tight, though. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. No, Junie, run. Nope. Maybe if he gets some big health down, they're gonna drop power. Just don't get hit by anything. Come on, Junie, you can do this. Come on, Junie. So close. It's not so bad, though. It's not so bad. Junie did take a save, and that was the first try. So, the end was in sight. Like we're talking the last 3 feet, you know? Rusty doing a spring ball jump here in worst room in the game. This is hard enough when you're not, like, dying. I think that was very wise of Rusty to just take the Crystal Flash on top of the Fune. Or Fune. No, that's a Namahe. Is it Fune? Or Fune? Or Fune? All I know is the Namahes have eyes. That flame, that's not good for Rusty. Rusty's also pretty low on ammo. Yeah, I think the Namahes have eyes and the Funes don't. Oh, crap. Rusty's stuck in a bad spot. Nope. He's gonna do another Crystal Flash, maybe. I don't think I would. I would just... okay, he's good. I'm about to say, I'd probably rather take a death. Oh, boy. Rusty's energy situation is not good. Just not having, like, look at how many tanks Junie has. Junie is, like, comfortable compared to Rusty. Yeah, again, I don't think Junie's got enough to do it. I think he needs to be out of this room with 50. He's got to get through, yeah, pause abuse. He's got to get through, I think he's got to get through that mock ball with 50, like 40 to 50 energy. He's got to be through that mock ball tunnel. And then maybe, you know, maybe get a drop in health bomb range from, like one of the dragons or Elcoons. The key hunters don't do as much damage in RBO, where they do, like, what, 200 suitless? Very, very nice grapple kill from Lomi and Jones. Very well done. And I feel Rusty's going to be here a while. Yeah, so this seed, if our runners did not find Gravity Suit in this seed, Junie. If Junie can just avoid getting hit by one of those key hunters, I think he's going to be fine. I think it's going to take Junie, I'm going to say, 4 more tries. I don't know that he needs to go down and farm, but it's probably a good idea. It's probably a better idea, you know, because if you look at how close he's getting, like just another like another 100 energy would probably do it, you know. Because he's gotten close each time. And he's gotten close with taking, like just shouldering into the key hunters. Really, Farflu? That'll be tough for Junie. I mean, well, I mean, he can do it. It's going to take a lot of farming. Yeah, this is doable. This is doable. He's going to get out. GG Junie. Please don't take a hit from much. Well, you have gravity suit, so that's, I mean, it's going to be pretty good. So at this point, it's not, you know, will Junie finish this run? It's when will Junie finish this run? We're going to take a look at Shack Tool. I think, by the way, doing a gravity jump here is like the worst thing ever. God, this is another reason why I wouldn't want to play this logic. If I had got like a required Shack Tool and I had to do this jump, can I do it? Yes. Have I done it? Yes. Do I want to do it? No. That jump is stupid. It's complicated, Reem. Springball jumping out of the sand it's not as easy as you think it is. What do we got? 148? Yeah, Junie should be able to finish this before... Well, let's see. Yeah, Junie should be able to finish this before 2 hours. Got 12 minutes? Well, no, you're right. So maybe it's going to be more around like 201, 202. I'm trying to think about it. Probably got another 2.5 minutes from here. So we're going to make it to G4 at like what, 151 or 152? Yeah, and you know what, Edgar? It's true. Most things in this game aren't as easy as people make it look. And the more you play it, the more you take for granted what is, you know, what's easy and what's hard. Now, Junie can get out of here without sparking. It's really annoying. This is my least favorite gravity jump in the game, next to the Shack Tool gravity jump. Excellent use of grapple there by Lomi and Jones. Grapple, I feel, is one of the most underrated item in the game. That's right, Crane. He does have high jump. You're right. I'm sorry. We spent so much of this seed without high jump boots that I completely forgot. Yeah, that gravity jump's not bad at all. So I've been practicing low ice, so that's why that gravity jump's on my mind. By the way, it's very nice to see a lot of you that followed and supported all of our runners in the recent rando tournament. Well, that's still going on, actually. I was thinking to myself also, like, what am I going to do? We're out of races for a week, so big props to Rusty for putting this together. That's the final refill. Big props to Ream for the Redemption for the restream, Ream for the tracking, or Captain Stack for the tracking. Ream, I'm just used to you being here. Thanks to Redemption for the restream and Captain Stack for the tracking. And Rusty, Kai, Lomian, and Junie for putting on a good show. Junie is our first runner into Turian, so Junie would need like an 8-minute Turian. So I think Kaizentune was right. And check out these swag spark strats from Lomian Jones that we saw Junie do earlier to take out the pirates. I think you can diagonal spark into that block that Lomian just hit and still take that Key Hunter out. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, Lomian does it. Gets the job done. Rusty getting slaughtered. Getting absolutely trashed by the Namahe Flames. And look at how quick that rains there. Thank you, Kai. 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Is that what that stands for? PST? I know it's West Coast, right? 10:30 a.m. Because it's Pacific Daylight Time. I make that mistake all the time with EST and EDT. I, unfortunately, am not free for that. Alright. Junie took a save. Did I just see that? Not sure why. I don't know that I would save here. I don't think I would. It's a lot of E-tanks. It's a lot of ammo. I mean, but it was a very well fought, very hard race, and Junie absolutely crushed it. I don't know. How many times did Junie die? I don't know if I ever, yeah, just maybe about 9, 10 times, 7, 8 times, maybe. So, all right, Junie is a good low ice runner. In low ice, you only have 3 tanks, and it's 250 charge shots. So this is like a nothing fight to Junie. So I'm a little surprised Junie saved. I guess Junie's not doing stand-up. I mean, why would you? charge ice stand up would save exactly 0 frames. Yeah, if Junie had damaged down much lower, he would have been in trouble. However, I mean, Junie did have reserves. Might have been able to still be okay. And he did remember to save. What's Lomian do? Is Lomian trying to G mode? I'm not sure what Lomian's doing. Yeah, Lomian's gonna go for G mode. Is it G mode or is it R mode? Huh. Yeah, you definitely want to save before that. Alright, so it is going to be a sub 2-hour seed from Junie. A very nice Turian, very well played seed. For the first Hardway to Hell that I've seen all the way through, I'm impressed. I like it. I'm not going to play this. No, thank you. I'm not sure it's a very race-friendly kind of thing. But I bet you're going to have some really interesting races. And if you don't have interesting races, I think every seed is going to be compelling regardless, though. Definitely going to see things that are outside of the norm, things we're not used to seeing in any logic. So I like that aspect of it. Also pretty cool to know that Junie, that Nevdi is running in this too. Junie June finishes first place. GG Junie. With an official race time of 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 10 seconds. GG Junie June. All right, well, everybody, I hate to say it, I stayed as long as I could. I had a feeling that I would have to take off. I wanted to make sure I got to see at least one runner finish. I'm glad I could be here for at least a little bit of this. Let me stay long enough to see if Lomian. Looks like Lomian is. Come on, Lomian, you can do this. Looks like Lomian has done this. Nope, having trouble with it. If you can stack, that would be really great. Then I would be a little bit less feels bad, man. You can also hear it in my voice probably that I'm really tired. I've been kind of nodding off a little bit. Like the old man that I am. See if you can give Lomian and Rusty now the time they deserve now that the superstar Junie June has completed the seed. So, yeah, maybe he would. But as much fun as I would have interviewing Junie, not Reem, Stack, if you want to take over, that would be awesome. Thanks, everybody. Have a really good night.
Hey everyone, this is Stack, taking over for comms from Kev. Thanks so much for providing us with such exceptional commentary as always for the first portion of the race, Kev. And I don't know if we'll be getting Junie in for an interview necessarily, since I don't know if he needs to be invited or anything into the comms booth or anything like that. But yeah, in the meantime, looks like Lumion found his high jump boots down at Firefleas. This has definitely been one of the slower races to track. Just with the pretty minimal loadout that they've been able to find thus far. I was honestly expecting that in this race that we wouldn't find any of the beams whatsoever, but yeah, with both charge and ice showing up, but showing up quite late. And yeah, apologies if my audio is on the quiet side. I'm not sure if I necessarily have any control over that on my end. Also, apologies if the sound from my air conditioning unit is in the background. It cracked 101 degrees here where I live today, and that's not the kind of temperatures we're used to. But that is absolutely the kind of temperatures that Rusty and Lumion are having to put up with down in Lower Norfolk at the moment. Looks like Rusty's got a good farm going outside of Ridley's room. Although I have to say, Lumion is hot on his heels, honestly. It's taken a bit for Rusty to get through Lower Norfair, just with some deaths and some backtracking for some farming. But meanwhile, Lumion has managed to more or less catch up. He's in the Metal Pirates room at the moment. So I imagine we will see him getting close to Ridley at least, while Rusty's probably in the fight. Oh, you moved Rusty on the position. Let's see, what items does Rusty have? He's got Ice, Morph, Spring, High Jump Boots, Gravity, and Speed. Oh, you know what? I just realized if you went to a dual screen, I didn't realize that it was. I'm still watching the feed, the 4-person feed, but it sounds like meanwhile, I believe that might be a Junie June in the comms.
Hello, Stack. It is a Junie June. Great. This is so fun. I love these BS seeds so much. They're just a really good time.
They're fantastic.
Lumion and Rusty look like they're very close to each other.
Yeah, and what's I was just saying that like there's a pretty wide spread for a while, but Lumion has closed the gap on Rusty. He has 2 points. He's got 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 2 Rusty kind of took a couple loops around Lower Norfair. I think he actually dipped out to do some farming, and I think that gave Lomi a chance to catch up.
Oh no, Lomi just took a death.
Oh no, I was almost curious if we were gonna see both Lomi and Rusty in the Ridley fight at the same time.
It could still happen. That'd be very exciting.
Yeah, this whole race has just been nuts. It's been a lot of chaos, a lot of deaths.
Yeah, I was really scared coming out of Lower Norfair. I'm sure you could see that.
Yeah, and like I was kind of thinking back, like with just some of the like instances when like coming out of the Ridley fight, and that calculus that goes on. It's like, do I have enough missiles and supers? Like, not always.
Yeah.
Ask yourself.
Well, so the problem was my Ridley fight was awful. It was just terrible. Like, I was playing it badly, and Ridley was giving me the worst patterns possible, and I ended up missing a bunch of supers. So then I had to use a bunch of missiles, and I was down to 12 missiles at the end of after picking up the drops. Like, he didn't drop very many missiles for me either.
Yeah.
So, and missiles are really, really hard to get in Lower Norfair. So I knew that I wasn't going to be able to get another set of missiles I wasn't going to be able to get the missiles for another Crystal Flash.
Yeah.
So I just had to abandon I wanted to farm for a second Crystal Flash, but I was not going to be able to get the missiles for it. So I abandoned it and was like, well, I hope I can make it.
And what was so remarkable about that was, like, we knew you could, because like on your first attempt you got so close. You were like inches away from the door.
Yeah.
And at that point we knew, like, this is gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. But it's so rough.
Yeah, the calculation that I was making at that point was, is it going to take me less time to keep doing attempts and eventually get this, or to sit and farm the fire fleas to full power bombs so that I can then continue farming the fire fleas to get more health?
Exactly. Like, that was kind of what we were thinking. Like, even if, like, because we were thinking, like, if you can farm for even 100 more health just to give you that little extra boost to get out the door, and then we realized, it's like, no. Do you have any idea how many power bombs you have to get first?
Yeah, it was.
Or fireflies.
It was just such a bad situation, and I got really lucky on the last attempt. What needed to happen is I needed to be able to get through the first room without getting hit at all, which is hard, and then also get through that last room taking minimal hits. Like, it was okay if I took one, maybe even 2 hits, but I couldn't take all 3 hits, or it was over.
Yeah, for sure.
How long have Rusty and Lomian been in Lower Norfair now?
So Rusty's been in and out of Lower Norfair for a while. I can't necessarily say precisely like how many minutes, but Lomian got here relatively recently. I recall prior to this, he actually did make a shack check. So he was kind of doing some of the outlying radio checks. I think when Rusty first got to LN, but
okay.
Yeah.
Is anybody watching Nevdi's stream? I know Nevdi is playing too.
Yeah,
he's not done.
I pulled it up at one point. Yeah, it sounded like he was wasn't sure if he was going to be able to finish out the whole thing.
Right.
For going pre-stream, but yeah, I at least checked in on him a while back. He was also, I think, going for a shack check, but with this loadout, that can involve like doing the gravity jump up to, I think, or actually no.
Yeah. I don't think Nevdi would have any trouble getting to Shack Tool with this equipment. Yeah. Okay, Lomian has killed Ridley. Yes. I didn't see. Did Rusty take care of Ridley, or is he still farming and stuff?
I want to say Rusty took a death in the lead up to Ridley, but yeah, it looks like he's outside the room at the moment.
Oh, Fox is saying Nevdi's on his way out of Lower Norfair. Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know if I got a good look at Nevdi's tracker when I pulled up his stream as far as how many boss kills he had and such.
I feel like G-moding into Lower Norfair was also beneficial with all those tanks back there. I was like, this might be a bad idea because I don't know what's going to be a GT, and I'm never going to find out if I go this way.
Yeah.
And honestly, the only reason that I Gmoded was because I was being restreamed. Because I was kind of debating. I was like, should I do it or not? I was like, well, I'll do it for the restream.
I was honestly kind of wondering if that was going to be your tactic all the way back when you were like up in wrecked ship and such. I think, just with like the e-tanks and such, and the fact that like having the reserve and such that you'd need for it. But
yeah, and
but
this
yeah.
low.
Oh,
I was
sorry.
gonna say this loadout is just such garbage to get through Lower Norfair. Like, oh my goodness, there's no
Especially
beams.
the movement and not having the quality of life items like spear attack and such. So I think like I honestly wonder if one of the reasons that Rusty kind of took 2 runs at it was that like picking up high jump and then picking up extra e-tanks. Like there was an e-tank on the way out at Frank Garcia, I think.
Yeah, everything was e-tanks
Yeah, so like that
on the way out.
grabbing those kind of helps, it's almost like you want those going into Lower Norfair, but you're getting them on your way out, and so it kind of makes sense that he sort of like did a loop out the back.
Although he's missing a lot of tanks. Did he not make it out with them?
He may have missed. We were talking earlier about. I think he may have missed 1 or 2 others earlier, although he may have picked those up later. He did. I think he also. There was a point where he took a death without a save at the top of the elevator, but I think that would have been on first attempt. But,
okay. Yeah, both of them are like way low on tanks. By the time I got to Ridley, I was only missing like 2 tanks, I think. I like when I was at the health that they're at right now, I was still thinking I don't want to go to Lower Norfair with this health.
Yeah.
But then there were all the tanks.
Yeah.
In Lower Norfair, so that like brought me up to where I was.
Yeah, not the place where you want to see the tanks when you're preparing for Lower Norfair.
Right.
And I guess one other thing to ask you is that like earlier we were wondering about your call to bail on top of wrecked ship after Fantoon.
Oh, I forgot that there wasn't going to be a Varia
okay.
in this.
Okay.
And I didn't actually know. And by the way, I should disclose, like somebody mentioned in chat that these seeds like always don't have at least 1 suit. I thought that it was just a possibility.
Okay.
And so somebody did tell me that. So that was, I don't know if you want to disqualify me for that, whatever. But like I probably would have played it the same way anyway, because I would have gone back to wreck ship again to find just more stuff, because I didn't have enough stuff.
Yeah.
And particularly the grapple beam. Like I needed either more tanks or more supers or more. I needed more something. And so I needed to go back into wreck ship anyway.
And it's funny because like that X-ray, or not X-ray, sorry, the grapple. When Kev was commentating on that portion of the race, he was talking about how, because like what happened was, I want to say you were a boss or 2 ahead of Rusty, and then Rusty did Fantoon and did check the top of wreck ship, and he found the X-ray. And like for most of the first portion of the race, you were miles ahead, and then Kev was like, Rusty may have just pulled ahead at this point just by finding that grapple beam, just for how much of a boost that gives you to farming down Lower Norfair. Like,
yeah, for sure. I mean, I wouldn't have gone down there without it anyway. Like if I didn't find, I didn't find grapple, and since I didn't find grapple, I was thinking I may have to come back to wreck ship. So it lost me a bunch of time, but there was no way that I was going to go down into Lower Norfair before going back into wreck ship. That was never going to happen. All right, Rusty got Ridley down.
Oh, nice. I should probably remember my previous duties of tracking. It's been so minimal the entire time.
Oh yeah, there's nothing in this seed.
Like for the longest time, there were no beams. Like
yeah,
nothing. I mean, like the first, what was it, like 40 minutes? It was like morphin speed, and that was it for everybody. And then for a while, it was just then it was gravity and spring ball on top of that. But
Oh no, Rusty only has 9 missiles.
oh no.
This is really bad. He should go into the next room. But I mean, there's nothing to kill those guys with. Oh my god, he's got to get a lucky missile drop here.
Oh, there.
Did he get one?
I think so.
Am I that far behind? Oh, I'm going to refresh. Oh, you're watching on okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
The restream.
Okay. He's fine now. Although he should start moving. Because he's going to get in the same situation that I was in. This is pretty far back to be crystal flashing and not have another crystal flash.
Yeah.
Oh man. And he doesn't have the supers. Oh, I hope he farms another super. Because I think he's going to have to farm the fleas. I don't think he has enough health. Maybe he'll farm the pirates.
Yeah, who knows? And also
oh no, Rusty! Yeah. Oh no! Oh my god, my soul. He's gonna have to farm both for. Well, I guess he can farm all the way up for health. He doesn't necessarily need a crystal flash. He just has to farm all the power bombs.
Yeah, it's so many.
And I love Lomian's ship.
It's
amazing.
Best, isn't it? Like we've seen so many goofy ships this week and in the previous weeks with the multi-category tournament, but I don't know if I've ever seen that one before, and if I have, it's been a while. So props to Lomian for going with the upside down baby Metroid ship.
Let's see. You know what? I have my stream still just going, and what do I do? I might just stay here and finish commentating with you.
Yeah, sure.
Everybody in my stream, I'll probably come back on again, but I'm going to stop my stream right now and go commentate the rest. Here, I'll send you all the SRA.
Perfect.
Anybody who's still watching here. Speedrunners Arena.
Oh man, and we've got Lomian at the top of the elevator into Turian.
I think I spelled this right.
What's also funny is for the restream that's still up on my end with the 4 different screens. I didn't even realize. I think it's got 2 screens for Rusty, but they're slightly out of sync, so I keep forgetting, like, I don't know which one to watch. Yeah, I think he knows. Time for
Oh man.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, Nevdi still hasn't finished. I'm surprised. Like, I would have expected him to either forfeit or be done. Like forfeit because he had to leave early.
Oh, but it does look like he's in the Mother Brain fight at the moment, pulling up his string on the side.
Oh, okay. Oh, oh man, Rusty might forfeit. He's gonna see Nevdi finish and then Lomian.
Yeah, with this many PBs to farm off Fireflies, that's rough.
Yeah, he had the same situation as me, only worse.
Yeah.
Like, he has less tanks. He was missing the super as well as the missiles, so like it's just like a worse version of what I had to deal with, and my situation was very bad.
Yeah, and I do see it looks like he's trying to, I think, kill the Namahes in between, so I wonder if he's hoping for like a missile drop or something, because he does still have, if he could get that.
They do drop missiles, yeah. They have a pretty high missile drop rate. The super drop rate, though, is very low. So I could see him getting the missiles that he needs before getting the supers.
I was even worried, like, just that brief moment when he has to dip into the heated room in between, just losing a little bit more health, but he's also getting health drops in the meantime.
Yeah, I mean that's a typical farming strat. Like this is, you lose a few health, but you gain them back. And once you get into health bomb range, everything drops health. So you're going to get health from the fumes, you're going to get health from the fire fleas, and so that sets you up to be able to leave and come back again.
Exactly. You know, I just realized Lomian. Did he? Oh, is he? I don't know. He's still at 1 health outside of the by the save room before Mother Brain. I'm not sure if he. I can't imagine he forgot to refill.
No, I think he's just conserving ammo, which I'm not sure why he's conserving ammo, because he has plenty, plus he has charge, but
Yeah.
he just wants to have as much ammo as he can have.
Ooh, there we go. We've got the second place finish from Nevdi with a final time of 2 hours, 21 minutes, and 48 seconds.
GG Nevdi.
Well done.
Nevdi says, I hate everything in the race chat.
They don't call it Hardway to Hell for nothing, which I was mentioning in chat earlier. I have honestly had the song Highway to Hell by AC/DC second the entire time.
Such a good song.
It really is. Yeah, it looks like Lomian's just missiling his way through the Zebs. I think at one point we were wondering if this particular logic would ever require like the speed booster Zeb skip, I think.
Yeah, it can. Although, I mean, no, it won't, because it gives you plenty of ammo. Like this won't give you low percent ammo.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you'll always be able to just shoot through the Zebs. But I mean, on master settings, if you play a seed that doesn't give you enough ammo, they absolutely can force speed Zeb skip. Oh, I have to ask. I felt like I was maybe the last person to finally go down to Old Mother Brain to get those supers.
Yeah, you were the first to get them, as I recall. I don't know if you had as far as the timing of going down there and making that decision for that check. But yeah, there was definitely a point where like it was pretty much everybody kind of knew that was the fate that the series was leading everybody to.
Yeah.
And that did prove to be a pretty challenging gate for getting through the rest of the seed. As I recall, that was the point where Kaizen forfeited.
Oh no!
He gave it a valiant try for quite a while, trying to pull off that maneuver, but.
Yeah, as soon as I realized that that's where the progression was going to be, I was like, you know, everybody else in this race thinks that I went here first right away, but it was like I last locationed it.
Yeah.
I almost did go down there earlier. Like, I got speed, and that's right, it was at BT, and I considered going straight down there, but I was like, nah, there's so much other stuff to check first, and this is a race, so I should go where like the density is. But
yeah, exactly.
Should have gone down.
Man, I'm trying to remember. I mean, it's been 2.5 hours. Where that speed booster was? Was that at?
It was at BT.
At BT, that's right. I honestly can't remember if anybody really made a beeline straight for Old Mother Brain after getting that speed booster, because I mean, it's as far as logic goes, like that is also logical access to Brinstar from that point. that may even be at that point access to front of the gauntlet, which we definitely did see. Since again, this was the kind of seed, especially early on, where it's like your kind of last location stuff, where we did see that method of getting to the front of gauntlet with the shine spark.
Yeah, of course there's nothing there.
Oh man,
Dumb
checking
seed.
in on Rusty's ammo counts. He's made decent progress on the missiles. It's just missing that one super.
Yeah.
And it's
it's unfortunate. That's what I was saying. I really hope that he farms the like he would have had easy access to that super when he was still down in the lower end of Lower Norfair. So he could have like sat and farmed those bugs for a second, or Shine Spark killed the pirates once. I was really hoping he would do that, because once you get here, these guys, I think it's like a 2% drop.
Yeah.
And the fleas don't drop them at all. It's just the funes have a 2% drop.
And like what I'm used to, if I recall, like if you fire a super at one of the funes or Namenhazer, whichever one they are, I feel like they typically drop a super in response to getting a super, but that could also just be...
No, they don't. It's completely independent.
While Lomian's in the escape.
Go, Lomian! Lomi!
Oh man, I forgot. I wasn't watching for his how he handled the baby, if he was able to do the Lomi float.
Oh, I didn't see either. I really tried to get mine. I didn't get it, as I'm sure you saw.
Yeah, I tried to go for it in just a random seed I was doing the other day, but I think that was the first time I'd ever attempted it, because I only just was introduced to the concepts, I think, last week. So, yeah. Not as easy as you might think.
Yeah, and Kaizentum spending oh yeah, he's spending 2 PBs. That's true. He's not just spending 1, he's spending 2. He's really banking on getting that super. It's like he's hedging his bets. He's trying to do 2 things at the same time. I think he's got to choose one or the other. He's either got to go for the super. I mean, how are you going to go for the super though? Oh man, I don't know. It's just all... It's just a bad situation.
It really is.
GG Lomi.
Congratulations to Lomian with a final time of 2 hours, 28 minutes, and 28 seconds.
Oh, and it looks like Rusty did forfeit.
All right. I don't know if Lomian is around for hopping into the booth for interview. With this being my first time doing comms, just kind of like flying by the seat of my pants.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you hopped in.
Yeah, this has been fun. I've always enjoyed tracking, and it's also been fun to fill in for comms for the last leg of this. Kev did an outstanding job, but man, 2.5 hours. This is a long one.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, that's going to be typical for these hardway to hell seeds, I imagine. I haven't done very many of these. I know Rusty's done a ton of them. This is like Rusty's favorite thing to do. Aside from like the really, really dumb stuff that he does. But as far as like just rolling seeds on the Varia side, he really likes these hardway to hell seeds.
Oh yeah.
He's done a lot of them. I've done, I don't know, probably less than 5. But I always enjoy them. They're always lots of fun.
And yeah, like even if you've only done, you're saying like 5 of these, like this kind of logic still very much plays to the kind of strengths you've developed just doing all sorts of chaotic sort of.
Yeah. Well, this is the stuff that I love. And like when I say I've only done like 5 of these, I've done other like similarly stupid seeds, and like in most ways worse. Like I've done a lot of seeds like this, only with less health, less ammo, less everything. Go me in. So like these are challenging, and they're really like BS. But the Varia site has so much worse to offer.
Oh, I didn't see it either.
There's
I really
definitely
tried to
points
get
where
mine.
like,
I didn't get it.
just seeing how the
I'm sure you
seed
saw.
played out and some of the expectations for some of the logic, I was thinking like, man, this might be asking a lot, but I've definitely seen Junie get out of worse or do more with less. So yeah, it definitely seemed like one that you were going to be able to get through.
Yeah, and Kaizentum spending
one way or
oh, yeah,
another,
he's spending
and
2
that it wouldn't
PBs.
necessarily throw.
That's
anything,
true. He's not just spending 1; he's spending
that
2.
wasn't in your
He's really banking
wheelhouse,
on getting
but-
that super. It's like he's
yeah.
he's hedging his bets. He's trying to these
are-
do 2 things at these the are same fun. time. He's got to choose one or I mean,
uh,
the other. He's either got to go for the.
uh,
I felt pretty good about how I played it too. I just the things that I would have done differently is I don't know. It's just all.
Uh,
I think in the future, just knowing how
It's just a bad situation.
how sparse things are, I don't think that I would bail on the wreck ship again.
Yeah.
I think that I would just clear it, and then also clear Brinstar. Because if I had just stayed up there and cleared the ship when I was there, and then also cleared Brinstar, I could have gone straight into Lower Norfair. Well, I would have done Meridia then,
Yeah.
but then I would have already been down there. I wouldn't have had to go all the way back up
Oh,
again
it looks
to
like Rusty did forfeit.
to do another loop through Brinstar and stuff.
Yeah, I had to wonder as
just
you
a bad
were
situation.
bailing on Upper Wreck ship. I'm like, I wonder if this is one of those instances where
Lomi.
Junie habitually like bails on Upper Wreck ship when there's something good up there, and then doesn't bail on it when there's nothing like that. It's always the opposite of what you actually need for top.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that especially with these hardway to hell seeds, it's
it looks like Rusty
I think
did
it's really
forfeit.
important to just full clear. Like you're gonna need the ammo, you're gonna need the health, you're gonna need whatever's up there, you're gonna need it.
Yep.
And I wasn't thinking in those terms.
Yep. All right. Looks like the. Oh, hello. We have a Lomian.
Lomi.
Hey, can you hear me?
We can
Can-
indeed.
Yes.
So
GG,
that was
Lomi.
fun.
Right?
I don't know how much you saw, Junie.
I came in
What do you
when
spell?
when you and Rusty were both in Lower Norfair farming for your lives before fighting Ridley.
Okay.
That's where I came in.
So you didn't see me getting into Lower Norfair?
No. Was it
No.
rough?
Oh no, it wasn't bad. I got the G mode second try.
Oh, nice. You did G mode too. I didn't realize that. Oh, nobody told me. GG. Oh, that
There
makes me
was
so happy.
something else that happened, but I'm just gonna need to clip it and post it places because it was quite something. But yeah,
Wasn't it?
I think the biggest problem was just that I didn't go to Bubble Mountain until I'd basically exhausted everything else.
Mm,
Other than that, it's pretty smooth.
yeah, I agree.
I want to say those PBs were pretty late for just about everybody. That was not high on anybody's priority list to check the Norfair Reserve.
Oh, that's right. That's where first PBs were.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, and I mean, I did those hell runs pretty early, but that was the last place I went to in Upper Norfair. So, like, I had already been to Croc, I had already been to Speed and Wave. I'd been everywhere, and then finally I went to Reserve and found the PBs. But I want to say, Lomian, the like going G-moding into the back of Lower Norfair was so the play because all those E-tanks were back there.
Yeah.
At
I
first,
sort of figured there probably had to be.
did you? Why did you? Why? Because I didn't have that thought.
Just I checked everywhere else, and there were
Oh,
still
okay.
like 7 E tanks in the pool.
Had you already been to the front of Lower Norfolk at that point, or?
No, that was the only thing I didn't see. Pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, because when I was going into the back, I was thinking, man, if all of the goods, all of the good stuff is in the front of Lower Norfair, and I'm going into the back, this could be really bad. But then everything was tanks, and then there was a pack of supers, I think, too, and then high jump. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess this is the right choice.
I ended up not even getting.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I
You left
was
it?
more worried about escaping. I didn't want to risk the extra health.
Yeah, that makes sense. I put myself in a really, really bad situation. I had a terrible Ridley fight, and I didn't have enough missiles. I could do one crystal flash to escape, but I didn't have enough missiles for a second one. And I couldn't, if I wasn't going to have those missiles, I wasn't going to sit back and farm for anything. So I just ran, and I had just enough health to get out of Lower Norfair. Like, it took me several tries. I died. I think it was maybe my 4th or 5th try that I finally got out.
Yeah, my escape was pretty easy. I'd left the tank at Todorobi missiles.
Smart.
I pretty much just bodied every key hunter.
Yeah, I should have done that too. That's really smart. I just grabbed everything on the way in. I was like,
Right.
I want all these tanks for to get through Lower Norfair, but no, that would have been a better way to do it.
Yeah, so front had Spacer and the space jump, which is unfortunate. But
Oh, that's funny. Which location was Space Jump at?
I don't remember specifically, but they were both a GT area.
That's funny. That would have been useful. Stack, anything from your standpoint that you wanted to ask either of us, or?
Not off the top of my head. Besides, I mean, just like general vibe from the seed and what we have to look forward to for other races and such.
Yeah, this is fun.
We didn't get any suitless Meridia, of course. So not all seeds are suitless nor fair. But
Yeah,
as far as my routing, it's pretty much just do everything and then do either Meridia or Lower Norfair.
Yeah, that's kind of all you can do. I really hope that when the tourney starts, that there will be at least 1 or 2 seeds where there are no suits at all. Those are the best.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't know. I've never seen it on these settings specifically, but.
Oh, does that not happen?
No, I'm pretty sure it does.
Oh, okay.
I've only run. This is like my 4th one of these.
Okay. Oh, looks like Rusty's in the green room.
I am here.
Like,
Rusty! GG, Rusty. Rusty, I got in a very similar situation to what you were in.
I
only
was
not
once
quite
super short. Eventually, I gave up.
Yeah.
I saw Lomian already finished.
Yeah,
So
I also didn't have a crystal flash to get out, but I had more health, so I had just enough health that I was able to make it. But it took me like 5 tries.
I wish I had dodged the E-tank at Hodorobi missile. That would have been the real play, but I decided I would
totally
just
free.
clean up and then re-loop the whole thing. But that didn't work.
I just bodied every key hunter because I knew I had that refill.
Yeah, there we go. Well, thanks for the race, everybody. I just wanted to say a couple of things. The Vibrant Colors and I are conspiring to put together a Hardway to Hell tournament or league or something. So the exact settings are still TBD, and I did make a challenge page that is just Hardway 2022, and then if people wanted to hop in there, and we can plan to get started the 2nd week of August, and then it wouldn't be as long as some of the other tournaments. I was thinking it would be like 5 weeks, but
yeah, I imagine
some things still need to be pinned down, so it'd be cool to do a few more races of this, and then call it good.
Yeah, it probably won't be
different
quite as many people involved either. This is
Right.
a much more niche thing. So
Very grindy.
yeah.
It's pretty awesome to see Nevdi hop in, so thanks for that. And Kaizen, I know the old Mother Brain check was pretty bad. I spent about 5 minutes there myself.
Yeah, it's dumb. I eventually
thanks for
got
jumping in,
the,
everybody.
the one we use Spark in, because
Nice.
There you go.
failed the speed keep.
It's such a
3 or 4
nice backup.
times.
It's
Yeah.
like the backup that's easier than the main way to do it.
Yeah,
but yeah,
now
Rusty,
I know
thanks.
how all those blocks work.
Yeah. Thanks for putting this together, and thanks for working with Colors to put the tournament together. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, Color suggested there be a second race this week, and it's on Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern, which I think is a better European time, and
Right.
that'd be like 10 a.m. for me. I might just hop in and just do the comms for that or something.
Okay, that's a good time for me. If I should be awake, I might race in that one too. Do you know if anybody is Colors racing in that one?
I imagine Colors is going to be racing. I have been trying to like keep my eye out for other people. I mean, there are other people that have expressed interest, but you know, I think most of the people that I know of were in this race tonight.
Cool. Oh, Kai Zenton says he's going to join the second one.
Okay. Well, thanks to Speedrunners Arena. I was just thinking of them at the last minute, and I asked if we could get a restream, and I'm eager to watch it back and see how it all went. So thanks, Kev and Stack.
Yeah, that's been fun. It's a good race. But yeah, any last thoughts? Anybody else?
No, I'm good. I think I need to take another shower. It's like 90 degrees, and I've taken like 3 cold showers today because I just am dying.
Yeah, it's honestly questionable whether or not it's hotter here IRL or hotter in Lower Norfair. It's like roasting today.
My final comment is the clip I just posted in the chat.
Oh, oh boy.
All right. Well, if that's everything, I think we'll draw it to a close. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for racing. It was definitely a fun one to watch. And hope to see you all on Friday for the second race in the Hardway to Hell exhibition. Take care.